Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining our session, our webinar, One Platform for Quality Management, featuring Guitar Center. We're going to go ahead and get started today. So just a few logistics before we start. Please note that due to the large number of people we have on the call today, the audio today is muted. We are recording today's session. A recorded copy will be made available to you upon request, and we will also be uploading that to the Tradestone website within the next couple of days. So we encourage you to keep an eye out for that. So we're proud to welcome today Teri Gray. She is the Director of Operations and Global Sourcing at Guitar Center. As you know, Teri will be talking about something we believe is very relevant in today's times, quality management. A brief bio on Teri. She started her career as an accountant at Pricewaterhouse, auditing retail clients like Carter, Hawley, Hale. She eventually made her way to the May department stores, working for Robinsons May for 16 years as Chief of Staff for the Chief Operating Officer, where she developed a passion for retail operations. Teri's been with Guitar Center for 4.5 years, all but one of those in the proprietary department. So welcome, Teri, and thank you for your time today. We're going to go ahead and just make you the presenter and let you kick us off.
Thank you, Tanya. I'm so excited, and I do want to just thank Tanya and the Tradestone team for inviting me to share the Guitar Center story here today. And let me click on Show My Screen. And did that work, Tanya?
Yes, it did. Looks great.
Excellent. So rumor has it there's a few musicians on the line here today. So those of you that are probably familiar with Guitar Center. For those of you unfamiliar with Guitar Center, we're the largest musical instrument retailer in the United States, established in 1963. We have 248 Guitar Center stores in the contiguous United States. Another over 100 music and art stores, mainly located on the East Coast. And you can also order online through Musician's Friend, guitarcenter.com, www.bw.com. And we still have an active catalog or 800 number business where there's actual operators. We're a privately held company. We're owned by Bain Capital. And we do annual sales in the neighborhood of about $2 billion. Proprietary products comprise roughly 10 to 12% of that number. So we're a large business. Today what I want to do is talk to you about two things, just a brief overview of what we accomplished in 2012 when we partnered with Tradestone to increase our footprint with their offerings. So we'll talk about what our goals were that we were trying to accomplish, why we picked Tradestone, and then an overview of the module summary and ROI benefits that justified the project. And then one of those modules being quality management, I'll deep dive into the three big places that we installed that, and that was for quality assurance, for testing, quality assurance, inline inspections, and for quality control. And technical difficulties. There we go. So Guitar Center went through some major restructuring in 2012, and as a result, our department was refocused to accomplish three goals. The first was to bring high-quality, reliable products to market while meeting the financial performance and cost structure and expectations of Guitar Center and our customers, or what we like to say, money, 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 money. Our second big sourcing goal was to ensure that Guitar Center's proprietary brands were compliant with all of those regulations that were held up to. We refer to this as the safety dance. And then our third is to improve proprietary supply chain speed, accuracy, and efficiency. So here we're going for distance, we're going for speed. And given these goals, we knew that we needed a little help from our friends, so of course we turned to Tradestone. So operating without Tradestone was a little helter-skelter. And that's why we knew that we needed the Tradestone platform that would centralize everything for us in the proprietary team area. I'm sure many of you experience the same thing where you have got information chaos. You have email folders and Word docs and PDF files that were never meant to be central databases, and you need a data repository and a place to organize it and start analyzing that information and using that information to your advantage when it comes to things like quality. So you can see that's exactly where we were, even in a small department of about 8 product managers here at Guitar Center. We're all over the board. It was, welcome to the jungle. So the Tradestone platform became the centralized source of information for all of our proprietary business units, our internal teams, and our external users. And I'll let you read the solution there, the planning coordination that we went through in looking for a central point of information for our proprietary teams, sourcing, marketing, inventory, and logistics, using outside agencies like UL and also our vendor community. And this has just been a really great product for us to bring all of that together and to have our design libraries, our compliance documents, everything put together in one place. We also needed a solution that would provide a sound foundation for growth. And my legal team, of course, won't let me expose all the numbers here, but you can see that we're challenged to do quite a bit of business over the next 5 years coming up. And we knew that last year was our opportunity to build that foundation with Tradestone. So I want to give you an idea of where we started with Tradestone, and this is a rough outline of what their holistic platform looks like. And we were using Tradestone for RFQ purposes, some quote comparisons, keeping some supplier profiles intact. We have purchase order integration with JDA, and really started Tradestone because we needed a place to calculate our landed cost. So up until the beginning of 2012, that's what we had with Tradestone. The green areas that you see here required a CapEx project, and as you can see, it lays the foundation for the entire supply chain. So everything from implementing PLM to adding some more BOM information, a more robust supplier database, adding in that big quality piece, more order collaboration, and trace and track in our logistics area. So it was a huge project for us. And I have to say, at first I was really afraid. I was petrified. But we had a really good team, and we didn't stop believing. And you can see in those dark blue lines at the bottom of the page, those were the ROI benefits that we presented to our senior management in Bain in order to justify the cost of the project, because it was a rather large project. I won't get into that a lot right now, but you can see we really worked hard to try and find all of those benefits, starting with increased sales, looking at gross margin, cost increase mitigation pieces, containerization, avoiding lost sales from out of stocks, trying to reduce our average inventory, and reducing our returns overall. So now let's take a look, a deeper dive at the quality management aspect. Now don't let our company name deceive you. We sell more than guitars. When it comes to quality, we deal with wood products, things that you beat with sticks. And here we're really concerned about durability, compliance with the Lacey Act that protect against harvesting certain protected woods, things like that. High volume commodity items range from wood, cloth, and ABS cases to wood and metal stands, to cables, connectors, power conditioners. So here we're concerned about safety and durability. And on top of that, there are electronic drums, amplifiers, speakers, digital pianos, microphones, and pedals, which get even more complex. So when it comes to quality, reliability is really key. So our quality management program is like ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. We have product testing, we have pre-shipment inspection, and we have quality control. So when we talk about product testing, we use an outside test company. We partner with UL, and we look for things like durability, construction, life testing, safety, and regulatory compliance. This is before anything really gets put into production. Once we start producing, we have pre-shipment inspections. Again, we use UL and have them look at things like construction, specifications, playability, packaging, shipment label compliance. And then our third step is our quality control. Once it reaches stateside, we have a team in Southern California that looks at the product being saleable, playable, and it's consumer complete. So let's take a look at that first piece, the product testing. Product testing was probably the most difficult module to develop and install. The process itself is quite easy, easy like Sunday morning. We have testing protocols, we order the test, and we evaluate the results. Except that our testing protocols are assigned by product group or product category, all those product groups that I listed before. Then I can choose one or more tests in a protocol, pay for each test, or buy all tests in a protocol at a discounted rate. And note, the pricing varies by location. Testing in China is less expensive than testing in the United States. And we want all of this in TradeStone. So to give you an idea, the test protocol for string instruments is shown here. We test for high humidity, or when the heat is on, for low temperature, or when things are cold as ice. For labeling, Prop 65, country of origin marking for wood, flammability, or I melt with you, and of course institute a transit testing, or as we call it, shake, rattle, and roll. The testing protocol for live wire cables is shown here. So this category includes things like cycle usage, polarity testing, where we really take it to the limit. We ensure that we're compliant with FCC requirements. We do sharp points testing, or the first cut is the deepest. So we needed all this to be in TradeStone so that our product managers could select the test or group of tests, have the order automatically sent to our testing partner UL, have UL use TradeStone, confirm the order and the pricing, and then when they're complete with the testing, have them upload the test results so that our product managers could go into TradeStone and evaluate those results. So as you can see, we don't want to miss a thing. And of course, I know going through this implementation, our TradeStone partners were thinking, why'd you have to go and make this so complicated? So I'm not going to go through the entire process screen by screen. I'll do that in another piece of this module. But here's a snapshot of a query view. And you can see how it has the same look and feel of the rest of the TradeStone product with various searches that a product manager can go through at the top and find their test results. Some of the things that we designed along the way were to flag new products that we develop for testing. Because we already have a pretty stable product line at Guitar Center, it's not like some of the fashion areas where we're turning over product every quarter or season. Here, a product line will stay with us, may get some updates, but it stays with us for sometimes years. So when we develop a new product, we wanted to ensure that those were flagged for testing. We also wanted to make sure that our product managers could go back and select testing of items that have been in their assortment for some time. Again, that ability to initiate the PO and have that back and forth communication with UL was very important to us so that we could keep it all in one place. And as Tanya mentioned, I started my career at Pricewaterhouse, so my old accounting days said, yeah, and I want to be able to look at all of this and see what I have out there outstanding as things that need to be tested so that I can communicate with my accounting department with open commitments. So after we've done our product testing, our next piece of quality management is our pre-shipment inspection. Again, here we're looking for compliance with construction, playability, packaging, shipment labels, things like that. At the bottom of the screen here, this shows an inspection protocol for specifications and tolerances for mounting circuit board components on PCB. And yes, I had to write all of that down exactly word for word because I'm not really sure what that means, but you can see this is the kind of thing that we upload into TradeStone so that UL can take a look at what we want them to do when it comes to a pre-shipment inspection. This is the process for our acoustic amplifiers. Really interesting that these are amplifiers that are actually being produced on a line, and someone who's testing each one of those to make sure they work before it gets put in a box. You can see we want to know what's underneath it all. And this is an overview of our pre-shipment inspections. As you can see here, again, that the screen, same look and feel as many of us know from working in TradeStone with your search fields on top and your search results on the bottom. And what we wanted to do here was have the ability to either assign manually certain inspections, if I know that I need a certain purchase order to be inspected, to go in and flag that, or we have certain business rules and criteria built into TradeStone that will automatically flag certain vendors on some frequency basis to have their products inspected. It then initiates the purchase order to our testing company to conduct the inspection. They confirm the receipt of our purchase order to have that testing done. They confirm when the inspection is completed and they upload the results. And then our product managers process includes accepting or failing the item of the shipment. And then the other thing we built in was any failed item. So if we get an inspection report that says that a product initially failed and they need to fix something before it can ship, even if though it's corrected and then shipped, we try and identify those so that in the next step of the process, our QC process when it comes stateside, it's going to get a higher level of inspection. So requesting a product inspection used to be time-consuming and tedious until we got together with TradeStone and automated this process. Now it's refined with less chance for error. The processing time has become very efficient, taking only about 5 minutes on average to request an inspection, where it used to take me 15 to 20 minutes before of a manual process prior to TradeStone. Now, I wouldn't say that we have too much time on our hands, but certainly time is on my side. The inspection management screen allows us to choose the master purchase orders that we want to inspect, and then you can sort it in a variety of ways, by vendor, ship date, or purchase order. For example, we could pick purchase order 8675309. And then once they choose that master, they can link all the other purchase orders that ship with that same vendor on the same date to a single purchase order, and essentially that's our work order that we give and authorization that we give to our outside inspection company to conduct the inspection. We identify the purchase orders by selecting them on the left-hand side of the screen. You can see there are certain drop-down menus at the top of the screen. So now we're ready to request an inspection quotation, and we just choose that from that drop-down menu, and we're good to go. An automated email is then sent alerting our QC partner that they have a request for product inspection quotation waiting in TradeStone for them, and this email is instantaneous in most cases. So you can see examples there on your screen. And you'll notice that the total cost of the inspection is repeated on every purchase order line item. This is mainly for just tracking purposes. It just kind of ties everything together. But in this example, the entire PO will take one inspection day and cost $750 in this example, with another $195 in travel fees. After we see that our quote is satisfactory, we schedule the inspection. We simply choose at the top there, Schedule Inspection from the Process drop-down menu. And then another email is sent to our QC partners to let them know that they need to schedule the inspection. And then after we authorize that, there's an inspection purchase order with all the necessary information that gets sent out to UL in PDF form. Here we see that in the purchase order screen, we can go back and select the product inspection purchase order from the drop-down menu and instantly create the PO in the PDF form and get it over to our company, and that's an example of what that looks like. And then our final step is once UL finishes the inspection, then we get an automated email just like this one, with all of our pertinent information so that our product managers can go back into TradeStone and find the purchase order. A secondary automated email lets us know that the results of the inspection have been uploaded into the system for us to see, and then we retrieve that in a PDF form. So in our case, we chose to go outside of the system and have these emails sent. I know there was a lot of debate whether it should just go on the dashboard, and I think that's just really, company preference. And then to see the report, you can see we just go to our More Details drop-down menu and select a master PO in the inspection management screen. Once we select a PDF, we get the results right away, and you can see this is an inspection report summary. And then from here, we either approve or reject the inspection based on the purchase order's individual items. Once these results have been viewed, we just return to the previous screen and select the line items and pass and fail them. You can see my TradeStone manager helped me with this slide, so he's got some helpful hints here on making sure that our guys know to remember to save the records when they're doing all of this. But you can see that the process is pretty simple. the screens just guide them through. One thing leads to another. And before you know it, the goods are inspected and sailing. So our final quality management element is quality control. So we've been through product testing, pre-shipment inspection, and now it's sailed across the water and received in Los Angeles. I have a team of inspectors who rely on Tradestone that tell them what to inspect. So with all of the containers that land at our processor, they need to know what pieces to inspect. And what we did was mirrored what our testing company does, and we actually built in the American National Standards Institute, those ANSI standards, into Tradestone as a back-end table. The pictures here from a shipment last year of gig bags that arrived with mold. We ended up shredding these, which is normally not the kind of shredding that musicians are used to. Here's an example of what our quality control screen looks like. The inspection levels are set at a vendor or at an item level. I do have the ability to go in and flag certain items that might be requiring a higher level of inspection. Again, we built those ANSI tables in so that you can see in the middle of the screen there, inspection quantities automatically populate so that our QC auditors know exactly, what the shipment looks like, how many they need to inspect. And then our auditors can search either by container or purchase order number once that trailer or container lands at our processor. So here you can see at the top what we did was gave them input fields so that they could record minor, major, or critical failures. They're captured at that item level. At the bottom left you can see an arrow to the quantity 20 on the revised inspection quantity. So this shows an example of where they may have failed items and the system came back and said, audit another 20. And then we also gave them comment fields to the right and the ability to upload photos if they needed to, if they came across minor, major, and critical failures, and an automated escalation procedure. And one of the things that we're now doing, because they're working, of course, in the back of the warehouse, is we've decided to, they were using their laptops to do all of this, but because this is a web-based system, they're now going to work off of just like 7-inch tablets and even increase their efficiency even more. So we're very excited about taking this quality module to the next step. So with the 3 elements to our quality management program, product testing, pre-inspection, quality control, you can see that we really had a lot of good ROI benefits. We started to ensure that we had that timely systemic processing, ensuring that quality product is manufactured, with the pre-shipment inspections, ensuring that they come ready to ship and sell, and our quality control, ensuring that we have on-time delivery to our stores. So testing, inspection, audit feedback ensures that those qualified, proven suppliers are utilized and reduces the risk of quality issues and production delays. And that's how we were able to formulate a lot of those ROI benefits. So when it came to an ROI benefit of gross margin, we looked at having that cost increase mitigation, just knowing that our supply chain was more reliable, and we had documentation to show that. Our improved speed to market on all of our new products because they went through a rigorous testing and program that is managed within the TradeStone system. So we don't, it's not lost in emails, it's not lost on someone's computer or wondering whether or not a report was issued or if we got a report back. Reducing our average inventory, again, confidence in production meant that we could streamline and have less safety stock, less investment in our inventory. Reducing lost sales due to out-of-stocks from missed shipments, which was an issue that we have faced in the past. And of course, with a more quality product, reducing returns and all of the logistics that go with that of shuffling returns back and forth between stores and a customer and a warehouse for inspection. So with all that in place, it really is a beautiful day now at Guitar Center. And although it was a long and winding road to get here, we now celebrate good times and have that peaceful, easy feeling. With that, I'm going to turn it back over to Tanya.
Thank you, Teri. That was great. If you can just go to the next slide. So first of all, I just want to thank Teri for doing an awesome job. As you all may have noted, Teri and Guitar Center take their rock and roll mentality seriously. We hope you all picked up on the number of fun song references she worked into her presentation. So we definitely appreciate her taking the time to speak to everybody today. I want to encourage everybody to visit our website to read more on our MLM solutions as well as our quality capabilities. We are cognizant of everybody's time today, so we're trying to keep this brief. If you have any questions, please email us at marketing@tradestonesoftware.com, and we will make sure that your questions get answered by ourselves and Teri as appropriate. We also encourage you to feel free to call up and speak to someone directly. Our phone number is 978-281-3723. You can feel free to ask for myself. I'm Tanya Stockbridge, the Vice President of Marketing for TradeStone. And also we encourage you to follow our news on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So with all of that, we'll give you the rest of your day. We hope you enjoyed the presentation and learned a lot. And like I said, please keep an eye out for it. We will be adding it to our website within the next couple of days, so you'll be able to view the recording. Thank you again, Teri. You did an awesome job. We appreciate your time, and thank you, everyone, for joining us.